What is going on, YouTube? It's your boy Montez Wheeler, and I'm back with another video. Everyone hit that like button before I start. Everyone, please share this video after you watch the whole video. This story today is she put a curse on him he could never get rid of. Stay tuned. Now, we're going to take this story back to New Orleans, the Mardi Gras, right? You have a guy named Andrew. Andrew, he came down to New Orleans for the Mardi Gras in 2023, right? And Andrew and his friends, they're just walking around in the parade. You know, there's people standing around with masks on. You got the big parade truck coming through. You got the women doing the hip rolling dance moves. I mean, you got the little beads with the little masquerade masks. You got everything right now. It's getting it's around 7 right now. Everyone's still out drinking, eating food, doing all this, having fun and stuff. You know what I mean? You know, just stuff you would do like at a fair, something like that. But he walking around, and out of nowhere, now they're in the section of the parade where they walking around and they're seeing the magicians. They're going, it's kind of like going up to the fair rides, you know what I'm saying? He's going to see this woman do this magician move. There's a man over there with a snake crawling all over his body, people taking pictures of him, but he didn't really notice that he wanted to really do anything or talk to anyone. His friends had went off and said, hey, meet us back right here, we over at the bar or something like that. So he goes and he looks over and he sees this beautiful but emo type looking woman. He walks over to her because she's staring at him. Now mind you, everyone's walking past, having fun, talking, and he's just sitting there and this woman's just staring at him. So Andrew goes over there and he says, hey ma'am, what's your name? And she says in a slow, emo, dark voice, my name is Chelsea. But at the same time, she was so beautiful, he was blinded by how she sounded. He was thrown off a little bit. But he was like, yeah, hey Chelsea, how are you doing? My name's Andrew. You know, I'm down for the Mardi Gras weekend, and I'm free to hang out. Are you single? She's like, yes, I am single, but he's like, what's wrong? She's like, then she makes her regular voice. She's like, but I do spells on people, and that's just the voice I use when I'm at this job, but I'm really a regular person. And now he's like, okay, she's normal. You know, she was this like dark emo-ish type girl. Like, if you've seen her, it's like she's Haitian. So this is a dark skinned woman, by the way. Black nails, black eyeliner, black lipstick, the black and white sleeve. She got the whole look, right? She tells him, he tells her that what type of work do you do? And she's like, well, I help people with things. Like, if you're in financial need, I can help you. If you want to, you know, if you want money, power, and fame, I can help you. Now, Andrew's thinking that this is all just a facade. He's like, okay, I really need help with some money because I have my college funds that I need to pay off. And if I don't pay them off, then basically I'm going to lose my college degree and I'm going to have to start over. And on top of that, my mom and dad saved up money for me to get a car, and I'm not gonna get that car if I don't pay off my loans. And I also need the money for other things as well, like my rent and stuff. I mean, you can honestly help me with that? And she's like, yes, I can help you, but you have to come with me, and we can't do it here because I'm a real actual voodoo witch doctor. I actually do witchcraft. Now at this point, Andrew jumps back. He like, oh no, I don't know about that. She's like, oh no, not the bad witchcraft. I mean the witchcraft that helps. And then out of nowhere, Chelsea says, Here's my card. Come to this address tomorrow at this time. So why he's sitting there, he looking at the card, he like, you know what, all right, you know what, I'm gonna take her up on this offer. And she's like, he's like, I know, but I also want to take you on a date, whatever. She's like, yeah, but first I want to do this appointment with you, and then after we do this appointment, then me and you can go on a date. So he's like, okay, cool. So the night turned out, they end up splitting ways. Andrew went and found his homies, and they was just drinking and just talking, and he had told his friends about this woman that he had met, and they had told him, they had warned him, they said, hey man, you might want to be careful, because I heard stories about those people that do witchcraft on people, and he ended up really cursing them. So I don't know, man, I won't know, I wouldn't do it. I mean, just go find another female. He like, no, this woman looked real good. Now till this, like, I don't know, I'm thinking about that too. Why didn't he just go and find another female? Because all this stuff that I'm about to tell you that's happening to him, y'all about to see why I said that. Now, let's fast forward to the day that Andrew meets up with this girl, Chelsea, aka the witch doctor. So she meets up, so he's riding through New Orleans, and he see that his friends, like, he told his friends to drop him off. So his friends, like, as they riding through the area, they see that they're not in the good part of New Orleans no more. They had like a slum part. Like, there's just houses that look dirty, run down. You know, there's goats walking in the street, just stray dogs. There's just chickens walking around. And finally, his GPS says, you have arrived at your location. So Andrew look up and he see that this woman is just she's standing right there in front of this dark house. It looked like a dark house that had just a fire, like a campfire lit inside of it. So Andrew's friends has already been gone. They had already pulled off. He had already told him that he arrived to the location. So he tells Chelsea, hey, I'm here. And she says, did you bring the money? He said, what money? I didn't know I had to bring any. She said, $50. So even though he thought that was odd, he pulled a 50 out of his pocket. It was 2 20s and a 10. He had put out his pocket and gave it to Chelsea, and he said, all right, come with me. So they walk inside of the house, and now this is where the story changes a little bit. This is where it starts to just get amped up a little bit. Y'all hit the like button real quick. If y'all watching the video this far, hit the like button and share the video to your Facebook and your YouTube, if you can do that. But they go in and they see this large buff guy standing there, tall, like African Bambi type dude. This dude got white and black face paint on. He got white face paint on his face, black lip paint on his lips, and his whole skin is just white with powder white. And he said his name is Woo Woo. My name is Woo Woo. Did you pay your fee, sir? And he looked at Chelsea like, what he talking about? And she like, yes, Woo Woo, he paid his fee. Tell Woo Woo what you would like, Andrew. Andrew says, I really need help with my college loan, and I need help with my rent bills. And if you can, now he's getting a little carried away. Now he's saying, I would really like to have some money in my pocket. Just period. I would like to I want money. Now, this isn't going to harm me, is it? And Wu was like, oh, no. I assure you, everything will become better after this appointment today. As long as you keep this a secret and you wear this secret bond, B-A-N-D, by the way, y'all, he just said it that way, like bond. And he gives Chelsea this bracelet that is orange and it got white stripes on it. And it has some feathers on it. Or something like that on it. And Chelsea gives to Andrew and says, whatever you do not lose this. You don't necessarily have to carry it around every day, but do not lose this. Like, don't throw it away. Don't let it be destroyed or anything. And Andrew says, okay, and puts it in his pocket. He says, okay, I want to get started with this. So out of nowhere, you see some people come out with black hoods on. Woo and Chelsea assured they are not here to hurt you. they are part of the ceremony. So now the ceremony is going on. He's throwing the chicken's foot inside the fire, saying, "Walla, willa, walla, willa." Everyone started saying with him. Andrew looking around, but for some reason he started to feel different. He feel the presence just change, and all of a sudden, about 3 minutes later, like of him feeling that presence change, like I feel the energy of what they saying. He feel a little normal again, and woo, and Chelsea say the ceremony is done. So Andrew says, okay, so when will this all start? He said, it should start when you go back home, my brother. Have a great evening, and do not return to this address unless Chelsea refers you to. Andrew says, okay. So he leaves. He takes Chelsea outside, and she says, okay, now what I want you to do is walk all the way down the street and then call your ride, because remember, we cannot let anyone know where this place is or anything. So Andrew, he ends up going. He gives her a hug and says, okay, I can still take you on that date. Chelsea's like, yeah, sure. Now she says, yeah, sure, in like a conniving way, like odd way. But Andrew didn't catch on to it at the time. So Andrew winds up meeting up with his homeboys. They pick him up, and they wind up spending maybe 1 or 2 more days in New Orleans. Wait. He did end up he ended up trying to call Chelsea and take her on a date, but for some reason, she did not answer. Yeah, before they left New Orleans, he had tried to take Chelsea on that date. She did not answer him. She didn't answer the phone. He thought, man, that's so odd. But he realized that, well, I pretty much got this spell and I paid for it. So even if I don't take her on a date, I'm about to start having some money anyway. So what had happened was they had lived in New Jersey. They came back to America maybe 2 days later. I mean, not to America. I'm tripping, y'all. I'm sorry. He left from New Orleans back to New Jersey. I'm sorry. If I said that earlier, I did not mean that. I'm sorry, y'all. Hit that like button, by the way. But listen, he had left New Orleans, and the next 2 days with his homeboys, they went back to New Jersey as their hometown. So he's starting to see that bad things are starting to happen. Like, he had wound up losing that bracelet that Wu and Chelsea told him not to lose. He had wound up losing that bracelet. I think he was unpacking at the airport maybe, and maybe lost it. But bad things that started happening after he started losing money. His father had actually wound up getting cancer and wound up passing away. The one who was supposed to help him get the car, he had wound up passing away. He had got cancer, and he was a healthy guy before Andrew and his friends went to New Orleans. So a lot of bad stuff was happening. Like he started failing on his college test. He started losing random things. Like he started drinking more. He started doing drugs more. He realized that his life was changing for the worse. One time, Andrew knew that he had left $150 to put towards his money for his college. He knew he had put it in a bank account. And because money was coming, he would, go out to the mailbox and see random checks. So it looked like the spell was working. But all of a sudden, things start turning for the worse, because he remember when they had left $150 in a bank account, and when he had called, they said it was $0, and no one knew about the bank account but him. A lot of things were starting to happen. I mean, his father passed away, him losing money. He would start to see shadows at night, and he would just. One time he was standing at work, and because he works as a mechanic, and he was standing, and this boulder type thing was hanging over his head. I gotta be quiet, y'all, because everyone's asleep. His boulder was standing over his head, and literally when he had moved to the left to grab something, the boulder had fell, and the boulder was so big, if it would have hit him in the head, he would have died. A lot of odd things was happening. So Andrew had told his friends about what was going on, and they had basically said, look, enough is enough. We need to go back to New Orleans where you found this girl at. Where's, because he didn't remember the address. Tell me why they go all the way back to New Orleans to try to get this spell off Andrew. Because things were getting serious. I mean, he was just, a lot of things was happening. He was losing money. His dad had passed away of bad health. His mother was going into a depression. It looked like his college was going down the drain. And guess what? When they went back to that address, tell me why. Sitting right there was no house, no grass, no anything. It was just a dirt pile right there. There was no house, no anything. It's like that house had never been there. And Andrew knew this was the address. He knew because the GPS said you've arrived at your location. And they all look at his phone like. So, make a long story short, Andrew never seen Chelsea again. Andrew ended up dropping out of college. Andrew now is homeless on the streets. His mother is now sick as well, and for no reason. Andrew's friends, one of Andrew's friends died in a car accident, and his other friends he just don't talk to no more, because they feel that this curse that he had put on them is the reason why everything is happening. So he had never seen Chelsea again. He had never seen Woo again. Everything pretty much turned for the worse. And just this story is just, y'all be careful who you read into, because a lot of people have hidden secrets in this world that you would never know about. So be careful if you meet a woman like Emily and she says she wants to help you and she does voodoo. Guys, be very careful. And the women be careful as well for the men who do that witchcraft stuff as well, because this stuff really curses you. So basically, she had put a curse on him he could never get rid of. To this day, Andrew is still having to live with this curse. Y'all hit that like button, like, comment, and subscribe. Please run the views up on this story. Peace.